In a previous lesson, we discussed placing text in an InDesign layout. In this lesson, we're going to place some text and have InDesign format it automatically for you. To do so, I'm going to go to File, Open, and in the Sample Files folder, I'm going to scroll down to 0508, make your type, format it itself, and just click Open. Now, let's place some text. I'm going to go to File, Place, and in the Sample Layouts folder, I'm going to scroll down to 0508, Text to Place. Instead of checking import options, which I always forget to uncheck the next time, so I keep ending up in import options, what I'm going to do instead is hold down my Shift key and click Open. What we're going to do is preserve styles and formatting from text and tables, but something called a custom style import. Now, the style mapping button is no longer grayed out. Let me click on that. I have to tell InDesign how I want to map the styles that are in the Word document to my pre-existing styles that I set up in InDesign. Like, for instance, my chapter headline, I'm going to choose their section headline. And for tip heading, I'm going to choose instead heading for tips. And for tip copy, I'm going to go under that pop-up and choose body text. Any styles that have the same name already, like no paragraph style and no paragraph style, you can choose to auto rename conflicts, or else it's just going to replace one with the other. Now all I have to do is click OK, and then with that style mapping complete, all I have to do is click OK again in the RTF Import Options window. It's going to load the text into a loaded brush, and I'm just going to click between my margins, and it's going to bring in all of the text fully formatted. Really kind of cool. So what it's doing is taking the styles that my writer used and mapping those styles to styles that I had set up in my paragraph styles panel. So it is literally formatting the text for me automatically. Well, now that I have my text, first thing I'm going to do, go under my type menu to show hidden characters. That way I could actually see there are double returns between paragraphs, and I can do fine change. Why don't we do that? I'm going to go under the edit menu to fine change, and we're going to start with, in the find what field, end of paragraph, and then end of paragraph. So I'm telling it to look for any double paragraph returns, and that little @ sign, which is going to give me special characters for replacement. And I'm just going to choose end of paragraph again. So anywhere that it found 2 paragraph returns in a row, it's going to replace it with a single paragraph return. Let me click on Find to make sure that it's working, and it is. Then I'm going to click Change to make sure that that's working as well, and it is. Now I'm going to hit Change All. It found 25 double paragraph returns and made them single paragraph returns. And it's using, from my style, the space after that was set up for my text style and all the rest of the styles. Some other things that I may want to check. How about double dashes? Let me do that. I'm going to hit dash. I'm going to replace that with an M dash. So I'm going to go under that little @ sign pop-up menu and go to hyphens and dashes, M dash. I'm going to hit find, and it did find one, and I'm going to hit change to make sure it's actually replacing it correctly. Then I'm going to hit change all, and there was actually 2 replacements that it did. Another thing, of course, is 2 spaces after a period. Let me select my find what field and type 2 spaces. Then I'm going to select my change to. I'm going to make it a single space. So anywhere that there's 2 spaces, it's going to replace it with a single space. I'm going to hit Find to make sure that it's working, and it is. I'm going to hit Change to make sure it got rid of the extra space, and then Change All now that I know that it's working, and it made it into correct typography with one space after a period. What else can we do? How about 3 periods in a row? Let me make sure to select those spaces in my Find What field and type 3 periods in a row. And I want to make that instead, let me make sure to select that space in my Change To field, go under the @ sign pop-up, under the Symbols submenu, I'm going to find ellipsis. And how about I hit Find to make sure that it's working, and it is. And how about Change? And you can see now those 3 periods are further away because now it's a single character called an ellipsis. And I'm going to hit Find Next, but there was only one of them, so it's letting me know that the search is complete. I probably should also do a spell check. So I would go under my Edit menu to Spelling, check Spelling, and just hit Start. And right now it's checking my selection, so it's done with that, but I should have chosen that I wanted to search my document. Let me hit Start again, and there are some misspelled words. I'm going to choose the first or second or third correction that it suggests, and I'm going to hit, how about Change All, just in case it was misspelled more than one time, which it was. If my name is spelled correctly, I may want to add that to my dictionary, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hit Skip. Computer is spelled incorrectly, and I am going to select the correct spelling in my suggested corrections and hit Change All. And OK. Now, we could continue going through the entire document, but I think you get the idea. In the next lesson, we're going to start discussing character formatting.